pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, this is the part of the meeting. If anybody has something, they can say it. If they don't, and we'll just go on and move in. We can't do anything about it if you do say something. But nobody's got anything? All right, we're going to dive into it. First up on the agenda is Big Ox Road property cleanup.
So I think we're just authorizing a date to complete the work. And we could confirm at least one advertisement that was done on the work to be performed. We need to do at least 2 by publication, at least 1 week apart. So we're going to schedule a second publication to begin
It'll be next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
So my suggestion would be to choose a date after next Wednesday. I would say maybe the week after, to begin work via the person who's going to perform the work.
The 12th will be a Wednesday that the publication will be made, and the 19th will be the next commission meeting.
And I don't want to say, like, we've done multiple publications throughout this. I mean, this one's just specific to the work performed. We did them for the hearings. We did them for each of the steps, separately. We did one for a cleanup hearing. We did one for a hearing that indicated that they followed the instructions after the first hearing. For a demolition order, we did a public bidding, and this is the final piece of just performing the work. Again, I want to give people notice that people see somebody on private property, but there's a reason they're there, and everybody's been notified. And specifically, it's IC 36-7-9-25. And again, I think maybe I'm being overly cautious here, but I would say that, what we've confirmed is that the person who owns or has at least recorded their interest in the premises has passed away, right? Nobody who arguably has some kind of interest has recorded that. And Section 8 in the statute deals with notice by publication when you've taken reasonable efforts to locate and serve the person, and when that person has not recorded an interest at the recorder's office in the county, that they consent to reasonable action taken under the chapter, for which notice would be required, and relinquish any claim to notice. But again, I just think we should do it one more time and then perform the work.
So you're saying that earliest anybody could be out there cleaning it up would be the week of the 24th?
I think that would be my suggestion.
Okay.
Okay. So since we already have a winning bidder that we awarded, we can give him the green light then.
You just say,
24th.
just schedule him to begin the work on a day that week.
So, because you're going to advertise on the 12th and you're going to advertise again on the 19th?
No. So actually,
It'll come out on the 12th.
we're going to advertise on the 12th, and that is our second. I'm sorry, I wasn't clear.
Okay. And then,
We were able to confirm that we did advertise one time. I want to do 2 times.
okay, I thought you'd want to do 2 more. Okay. All righty. Anybody got anything on that? Any more?
It's been ongoing for
Yeah.
This would be
months and
almost
months
a
and months.
This would be almost a year.
Yeah.
We'd be almost at a year at
Yeah.
this point.
Okay, we're moving on to IT vector contract. Mr. Andrew Campbell.
Yeah, do you want to go ahead and schedule like a specific date by motion?
We can. I mean,
So I'll make a
If you think
motion
we
for
Yeah.
Jonathan Abbott to begin cleanup on the 24th, on the property.
I second that on paper copy.
I'll make that unanimous. Mhm.
All right, so.
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Good, how are you guys?
Yeah.
Sorry. Recently, we had an issue with an analog line for monitoring for fire and security at the courthouse. They came down, fixed it, but also found out that to be up to code, we have to have two forms of communication to the monitoring center. So what they've come up with is doing analog. So right now in the courthouse, the cell signal is too low, and it's going to not work with the cellular communicator. So we're going to go primarily over internet, then failover will be the analog line. So this is the agreement for installation and testing of the communicator with a $10 a month charge for monitoring.
And you said in your email that you have enough in your contract to cover
Correct.
all this.
Yeah.
Or your budget, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're all good. So it's $835 for installation and testing, then $10 a month for the monitoring fee.
So do we need to pay the $835, or you have that too?
I got it. Yep.
I love it when you bring in this stuff. You have money.
Most of the time. Here, coming up here soon, I'm not gonna have money for a project, but I'll save that for a later date, so. Yeah, but this will bring us up to code, and it's better to be safe than sorry, especially when we're dealing with fire and security here. So,
I'll make a motion to approve this and get us up to code, make sure we're safe. If no one else has any other questions.
I'll second.
Make it unanimous.
sweet.
One more thing. It's not on the agenda, but just run by. I don't want to say too much in a public session because it is sensitive. Cybersecurity.
Yep.
Homeland Security offers free testing, pen testing, a lot of programs free of service. They can come in and do a full audit, and it even helps out our cybersecurity insurance. Would y'all be interested in looking more into that? To help lower costs and enhance our security?
I'll leave that to him. I mean, I
I'm
don't
fine
care.
with it. It's always good to have a second opinion when it comes to the security integrity of our networks.
Yeah,
So
you
it's
said
pretty-
who?
Homeland
CISA.
Security, CISA, Cybersecurity Infrastructure Security Agency,
Yeah.
or cyber, yeah.
Yeah.
And so their whole thing is like if someone was to be hacked, FBI and CISA, Homeland, would come out to do a full analysis, rootkit, go into what really happened. But with this service, they would actually be monitoring network services and actually come in and do a free pen test every 6 months or a year. So that way we know where we're lacking. Not that Andrew's not doing a great job.
You never know though.
But with
There might
0
be
days,
one.
yeah.
There might be one loophole that I'm missing or something that's.
Yeah.
Especially like externally, we're okay.
Yeah.
But internally, say internal network, maybe there's a device with SSH open or something
Yeah.
that I forgot to turn off.
Yeah. And I run a scan every month too, and then I provide those reports to Andrew. Or
Yeah.
If I find some. But with them being.
Why would you run a scan?
I can just do it from my cyber and see everything that's open.
Yeah, anybody can do it.
Yeah, it's hackers can do it, anyone can do it. So
Yeah, I can go.
How to-
I can go home right now and pull up a free web tool and scan our external IP or just a range of external IPs,
Yeah.
and it exposes open ports or anything. If you start like trying to get into them, yeah, you're
It's gonna
being
shut us off.
you're being the bad person.
Need your
But-
signature.
But yeah. So if everyone's good with that, and plus it would lower our cybersecurity insurance.
Yeah.
And that could help us out in the end of the budget. and everything.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Fine with it.
Great. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Cool. And I think it's a free software too that just
Yeah.
run it anytime that they can step into, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah, it's free to anyone, and they even offer high school level
How much?
classes for free.
How much does that save us?
I don't know, we'll have to have them come in, do the test, and then we can
Yeah.
submit it to our insurance company. But anything helps.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I was just curious.
Especially for a free
The
service.
value of the software, I'm not sure what software it is yet or anything, so I mean, I have no clue.
Yeah.
After we find out what software it is, I can say, yeah, this software is so many thousands of dollars to run a month, and they're offering it for free, so
Yeah.
it'd be worth it.
3.5.
No, I didn't say that. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't have a box, it was only 2 boxes.
I was following you. I
Oh,
thought
I
there
see.
was something.
I
that-
see.
I didn't know if you did that for a reason or not. You need this, or does that go back to that?
Yep, I'll take it.
All right.
Looks good.
Thanks,
All
sir.
right,
Appreciate
Kevin,
it. That's it.
Sweet.
Got anything else for me?
No, sir.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, appreciate it. All right, EMS Furno equipment.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Before I get started, I just wanted to give a public thanks to Brittany over at Dispatch. We had some stuff happen Monday, and she completely organized a bunch of stuff for my crew, personally and professionally. So I believe she deserves some recognition for that. So I just wanted to keep you guys aware that she went out on her own and made some phone calls she didn't have to make to orchestrate some maneuvers for some people to get up here. So I just wanted to publicly recognize her because she definitely didn't have to do that. So I just want to make that known. Second
Thank you,
off, just to let you guys know, on the blood that we agreed to our last year, we had a successful administration in the field last month. So I think the program is paid for itself just with that one. So just wanted to keep you updated on that.
Awesome.
Reason I'm here, I came, I think, at the beginning of last month, just told you I was gonna go to council and talk to them about the Furno equipment. The first page you've got is my current cash ledger as of 3/27 this afternoon. Second page shows our normal financials that you get all the time. Third page is our run volume. But just to know where we're standing financially as far as this goes. Council appropriated me money for the entire amount. I had the idea that we would enter into, if you so move, enter into the monthly/yearly contract, and then if we're still sitting where we are now at the end of the year, just pay it off. That way I don't have to carry the debt. Just the way, as much as we're responsible for this year, I just don't know that I'm comfortable committing that up front.
Yeah,
So
that's what I thought. So, I mean, what,
you have to
Are
approve
you-
me to purchase it.
but I mean, are you purchasing it all at once now?
3 of them. Not all of them, 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But are you doing that under a contract now, or are you?
But that's what I'm here tonight for, is to see if you guys would allow me to.
Okay, I thought you was telling me that the council just approved.
They
you to
approved
Pay
for-
for it all at once.
They gave me the money, so at the end of the year, I wouldn't
Yeah,
have to
you
come
can
back.
pay
for
it out when you want
Correct,
to.
and if I don't spend it, it just
I got
rolls
you.
over. Because they asked what I would like to do financially, and they just appropriated the whole thing, so I can pay the one-time payment now, and then if we're still sitting good at the end of the year, then we'll just pay it off.
Okay.
And if not, we carry, the loan through. So, would you like to look at this, sir? But
This is the same equipment we talked about.
this is the same exact piece of paper that I brought a month ago.
It's in,
3 trucks, out of warranty, stretchers, across the
should be.
Correct. And the only other service provider on the market is the one we currently have. that is more money.
You're good.
Okay,
It's less than 150, right?
total money,
What's that? What's that highest?
232.
Gotta do close bid.
There's only one bid.
Did you do a public bidding? Close, like sealed public bids?
No,
You have to do that.
Okay.
Going over $150,000.
even, okay.
How quickly can we get that turned around? Like, advertising.
Takes 2 weeks to, well, 3 weeks, because it has to be one down week and then one.
Okay.
Um,
Or, I mean,
Look, based on what you said, I'm sure we'll get one back, but
I
we
mean,
just need to.
you might get two, it's just the only other one is the service provider that we currently have, and
Yeah,
we're,
we need to do public.
okay, that's fine, that's my fault on that. I know, okay, so, we're just being a holding pattern then.
Okay, I don't know that I've ever seen that before, so I just didn't
Okay,
know that that's the amount that we're talking about. I mean, if we were talking about less than 150, I think we'd be fine.
okay.
It's just,
Well, let me say this. I mean, what if he only ordered like,
One
if
at
you
a
split
time.
it up?
so, I mean, in public works projects, sure, that would be problematic. You can't like divide up the public works to try to avoid the public bidding requirements in public works projects.
But
for
I'm
sure.
saying, if he absolutely needed one of those like now or something?
But you're making a purchase on contract for all of them, right?
That's how this is assigned, I
You
mean,
get a better deal because you do that? No?
I have quotes for individual, and I have quotes for the three that I was seeking. The individual one is 77, the three together are 232. Like, you take this individual quote, multiply it by 3, it's to the penny here, there's, according to him, I'm bottomed out as far as, because we even looked at, there's another service down south going in, and they're buying like 8 of them, and I was like, what if we add our 3 to their 8, and they're like, the price is the same. So, I tried to look at all avenues of cost saving, and I mean, I will say, we do have one that's down. We've been dealing with that for a minute though, so I mean, if it's something that we have to advertise, it's just gonna delay deliveries. I think right now 12 to 16 or 16 to 18, something like that, so it's not like we're getting them next week anyway, but it will push that back.
I mean, the reason I was saying that, with the one you had down, I mean, you could place it, it still probably doesn't, get you under that. You still probably have to do the next, get another quote. But at least you could get one ordered and,
Yeah.
replace the one that's not working.
It's just
right
not,
now.
it's not quoting. So quoting is, like, you can go out
And do what I did.
and do what you did and say, try to estimate the value of cost. If you learn that the estimated value of the cost by doing that is in anywhere, even if it was right on the line of $150,000,
Mhm.
okay, then that needs to trigger a
Bid.
bid process
Yep.
where you would put out like, this is the equipment that we need. We want all individuals who want to bid on selling this equipment to the county to respond. Here's the date for the public hearing. Bids will be accepted up until this date. I mean, Kevin does it like,
Monthly?
monthly.
I'll probably, this is the first time with this, so I'll reach out to you on
So,
that.
and then we can do that. I just don't,
You're fine.
I mean, you're close to an exception to that, which is if there's one person that can do the work or supply the equipment, then we'd be under a different set of rules. But
Gotcha.
you already said that there's at least 2.
Yeah, there's this one and the one we currently have.
But you can make do, is what you're saying, till you.
We've been making do for a month. So,
So I just, let's schedule that to, you can get it to
me-
Jennifer before next week, so.
Well, if you get it to me like tomorrow, the next day, I've gotta have it in by noon Friday. But
just
if
type
I-
up that, like what we're requesting. Okay. I can get that to you tomorrow.
If you could do that, I'll send it on up to the paper.
And then I won't need to come back until April.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And then,
And that would be the day where you need to, I would get with Kevin about how to, put in there like where the bids will be received, how they'll be held. They'll stay
can
sealed.
they just send them here?
That's what they do.
I'd
They'll
rather.
stay, yeah, they will come to you. They'll stay sealed and then we'll open them in public forum.
Okay.
And
Anything
it'd be
else?
The exact same thing. I'm sure it will.
Okay.
You got anything else?
I do not.
Well, you're doing a great job.
Thank you. Anything for me?
Appreciate it.
Nothing. Thank you, at your meeting, right? Thank you, Nick.
Highway contract update.
And 57 approved.
All right.
So I just wanted to kind of give you an update because you're going to see some invoices come through on what this is. So we had signed a consultant service agreement for Bridge 16, 56, and 60 back in 2024. So Bridge 50, let me find it. Bridge 56, we had site survey work done. Bridge 16, we had geotechnical investigations done, core drilling. And Bridge 60, we had geotechnical stuff done. My plan is right now, Bridge 56, year 2026, Bridge 16, year 2027, and Bridge 60, 2028. Of course, that's all open for budgetary restraints. It may have to be pushed back or pulled forward or whatever has to go, but all three of these bridges are going to go through CCMG. So just so you're aware that CCMG won't cover any engineering, so engineering cost comes out of our budget funds. And this is just a start. I'm getting the design, so like I said, these will come through. I just want to kind of explain what it was. That's that. Bridge 28. There's been some survey work done out there. There's flags out in the field, so you may start getting calls from farmers or landowners. I know I have already, want to know when you're going to buy it. So kind of explain to them, you're probably looking at least 2 years before right-of-way type stuff gets there. So maybe get any of those calls. That's where that's at.
Okay.
The only other thing I got tonight is just quick discussion, I guess. We're just kind of getting into our fleet of our actual dump trucks. We started with the oldest one that we had, and well, not the oldest, but probably the worst shape, oldest one we had, which is the 99 International. We've looked at a couple of different avenues. It makes its own oil, so the head gasket's blowed, and then it leaks it back out about as fast as it makes it. But we could put a used motor in this. We've found one out of a school bus that might possibly work, but I think at the end of the day,
Is this the 466?
yeah, it's a DT 466. At the end of the day, I think by the time we get the motor, by the time we get the swap, used motor, $10,000 at least. So I guess what I'm bringing to you is, I think the truck would sell gov deals $5,000, $6,000. We put $5,000 or $10,000 in a 26-year-old truck. Does it last another 5 years? Probably. Probably. Then it's a 35 or 30-something-year-old truck. So Or do you sell this truck and try to upgrade, not to a new truck, but try to upgrade to say, you know, kind of like the one we bought last year, get up into 06, 07 years.
Yeah.
So
Fine,
I guess
it's
it's
still bad. You
a
know,
little nicer truck instead of putting the 10,000 in that. So I don't know. That we just start with truck one.
I haven't walked out there and looked at, what's the overall appearance of the rest of the truck?
It's not bad. I drove it. I filled in and drove it quite a bit for Brian. You know, that's when we use it for the Brian truck and the water tank. It has a water tank in it most of the time. It's that truck. I mean, it's a typical 26-year-old dump truck.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
it drives straight down the road. And,
it's got a solid body on it. How many miles?
130 maybe or 40. But it's definitely got head gasket problems. And we was going to do rebuilds on these, and from what we was told by International, now this is OEM parts, take that for granted. There's 32 heads left for that, and if that head is bad, they want $7,000 for a replacement head. Now, I'm not saying you can't find a used head, but OEM, that's what they got. So if as far as a actual diesel shop or a certified shop, whatever you want to call it, they're pricing us like $20,000 for rebuilds on these DT. This is crazy.
I'm going to say that the DT 466, there is all kinds of buses out there with that motor in it.
Yeah, but why?
That was like the number one
Yeah.
bus engine for. So you can buy a used motor.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Well, the bus I was talking about, Robert, I forget his last name, that runs Young Marines.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, kind of give you a rundown because I just talked to him. He bought this bus at 5C Auto Auction. The school district was running their bus through. They had put a motor in this bus, transmission went out. School's like, we're done with it. Take it over. So then he takes it down to Gooden's Record Service, and they were going to put a transmission in for him. And they was going to use it for Young Marines. Well, then they found out how much money it was going to cost to actually get all that done, and then he kind of got into more investment than what he wanted to do, so now it's just set there. According from what TJ found out from those guys, because they had put the motor in, it was a Jasper rebuild, so they took him with low miles on it. But by the time we get that out, get a PCM in it, and do all that, it'll be some money. He thinks he wants. He said he would hate to take anything less than $2,500 for that engine. Granted, you're buying,
you don't think TJ could?
putting it in. At certain times, yeah, but right now, you know, one mechanic in there and all this season, you know, he's doing good to keep up with all the minor hydraulic lines and stuff that break. That's going to be a big project. You know, I'm not saying we can't do that, but
and then you got mowing around the corner.
yeah, and I can't have that truck down. I need that truck like up and back going. I can't let it sit around and not be going because we use it a lot. We use it for. It's not. I say a lot lightly, but we use it to haul our tank for the paper, and then we use it for brine and what they have.
It's still essential.
Yeah. So anyway, we just starting with truck number one. A, do we put the money in it, or two, do we say, hey, you know? And I'm not saying we don't keep dumping oil in it, replacing it every once in a while. It lasts another 3 years. I'm not saying it won't. I'm just, just saying it ain't great. It is what it is.
What would Jefferson County and
They go out and buy a
Bobby
brand new
Phillips
one.
do?
They go buy a brand new one with all the money they got. So,
His gang just give him money for a
yeah,
new truck?
they just say go get a new one.
I wouldn't go that far.
But anyway,
I was just saying that, I mean, I think your choices are either A, you get another truck, or B, you put a used motor in it. That's where I was going. And
we got a quote.
I sure wouldn't spend any money to put a rebuilt motor in.
We're just starting to look at ideas on this fleet and see what we need to do. So as we know, we're going to get in chip seal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Great. We're already paving, and that's great. But we also are running around with some very small,
Dump trucks.
light duty single axle dump trucks.
Yes.
So we're just looking at what do we need to do to upgrade. I mean, we can't do it overnight. We realize that. We priced one of them trucks like we bought the 07R International. We bought it 210 long. We priced that new, and it was $220,000 for the exact same setup.
So your next,
Obviously, we're not gonna get a bunch of those, so,
your next dump truck you purchase would be a triaxle? Or
tandem.
tandem?
Yeah, tandem would be fine for the county. I'm just saying, do we look at, I guess my question to you guys is, do you wanna start looking at what we just did? We buy, see if we can catch decent 07s, 08s rolling into some of these 210 loss trucks that we can find out a little bit about. Yeah, I think that's gonna be a good truck. And try to start backfilling with those. I mean, I think, my opinion, if we keep 3 newer, nicer trucks, that's the main. Your everyday pulling a trailer, using them every day. You know, the rest of them are kind of go second string, third string. Yeah.
We've only got one tandem.
Yes, we have one.
That's the state truck.
Yeah.
We need about 2 or 3 more.
Yeah, 10 of them.
Yeah.
Truthfully.
So,
We have 11 actual dump trucks, and then a hot box truck, which is on a dump truck frame, and then that old military truck we use for trash. If you don't count that, but with that being said, that's $2.5 million over the trucks, new replacement. So we just have to start getting to the point. I know we're not gonna be able to do that. Obviously, if we couldn't do that over the next 20 years, probably. So it has to be a.
let me ask you, like, so the 210 sales, are they usually in October, right? Or somewhere like
They
that?
were late September, early October.
So I know we have the one in Madison, but do they have that, it's been a long time since I've been in that world, but do they have that around the other districts too? Or do they all funnel down to Madison?
They do. We bought one. We bought those 2 plows. The plow that we put on the old state truck, I bought it out of Washington area.
Yeah.
Online. They didn't go there. Just bought it online. Guys went and got it.
Okay.
So you can do that now. Well, we bought the truck online. We didn't even go to the auction. We just put our max bid and whatever it went to, we bought it.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy. I mean, as far as that goes, you just decide what dollar amount you think that you would possibly give for it, and if it goes over, you don't get it. And if it goes under, you do. So
Well, we did pretty good with the other,
yeah, which I mean, that one we won't do that good on anything. That was just
but
luck. I think it's best.
even some of the rougher ones would probably be, still possibly a good deal for us.
I'm thinking, Bobby might know more than me, but I'm thinking like the 07s, 08s that they're getting ready to start cycling through. I think you could go buy a good one between 15 and 20,000. I mean, they're assault trucks. They're older assault trucks. They've been maintained well.
That's
And they've been
that's what
washed
I'm
well.
getting at.
I
Yeah.
mean, this 07 we got now, I mean, is it used? Yeah, it's used, but, you know.
I mean, I think we're looking at either you're purchasing something that's older than an 07, that you're getting away from death and all that, or you're looking at brand new. And I say that because just working on stuff,
I don't know that.
you cannot afford to work on this stuff.
I get that, but I also don't think we can't replace that fleet. From the budget I see, we can't replace that fleet with all brand new trucks.
No,
Even on a 3-year or 4-year rotation, I just don't see it. I don't know.
I'm just saying that I think this is what we're looking at.
Yeah.
You're looking at something that's going to be that
As far as
pre-death, or you're looking at brand new, because you cannot afford the in between.
I think the death argument,
We're too poor to be.
there couldn't be a bigger death hater than me, but it's the world we live in today. It's in everything. It's a disaster, but it's in everything. I don't know that you ever get away from it. I mean, everything 07, so you're talking 20-year-old, 18-year-old vehicle now
Yes.
that doesn't have this.
But that's why I say you're either going to have to go new to where you have a warranty, or you're going to have to go old to where you're getting away from death. And that's my opinion, because when you talk $10,000 repair death systems,
Yeah.
$20,000 motors,
The motors are a problem.
it don't take long before you're upside down with something.
That's kind of where I was going with it. I mean, even though, at the 210, we might pay a little more, and some of them's pretty rough, but they've been maintained. That's one thing that we do know.
They've been maintained well, yeah.
I mean, so.
I think it goes back to this, like, we have 3 08 Sterlings right now. They're getting there. They're getting used for sure. And then we have 2015, 3 of those Freightliners, which, you know, those trucks are for hauling. Those particular trucks would make great for somebody to haul mulch to a flower bed, but it's not for a highway. I mean, they're just not. They're a very light duty dump truck. But they're there, so we'll just make do with them till they run their course, you know. But yeah, I don't think we're replacing them all with new. I think the other ones would be so wore out they'd be gone by the time we replace, you know, with new ones. But for the cost of them. So I mean, I think you just have to take, you know, the top 3-4 trucks that you use and try to keep those really nice and new, and then just keep backfilling. And I know what you mean with the repair costs, and I don't know the answer to that. When you start talking about $20,000 engines, $15,000 transmissions, and $10,000 DEF tanks, and I don't know, they ain't got the answer for it. But that's what we're looking at. So I'll keep working on it. But we wanted to start with the lowest truck and just get it. You know, you either tell me don't put that money in that truck. It's too much to put in that old truck, or that's what you got. Put it in it. I mean, I'm good either way.
I just, in my opinion, on the wrenching part of it, I mean, if you get a truck that's 5 years old, 6 years old,
Mm-hmm.
so you're either going to get a truck that somebody went out of business with and couldn't afford to maintain it, or you're going to get a truck that you're buying somebody else's problem.
Yeah.
Because these trucks are too expensive. These guys are holding on to them if they're a good truck. That's what I would
tandem, being in the tandem market, that helps a little bit more than being in the triaxle market. The tandem is
because you think somebody might be moving up.
Yeah, the tandem's really municipality ran. You see most of your tandems in the municipalities. Most guys will go up to the triaxle because they get paid by the ton of what they're hauling anyway. So most, not all, but you know, most. Evergreen that come down and done our tip seal last year, they ran all tandems. But I mean, they were running close. They staged their material at the job. It makes sense for them. But your trucking companies most of the time are triaxles. So there ain't gonna be no answer right now. It was just brought up in a thought process.
I would say hold out, but
Yeah.
I mean, these guys may have a different opinion.
I just want to get to the point where we're getting the plan's been for a long time is to get a plan. I don't see no reason for us to ever pay interest again if we get a plan on replacement equipment. I mean, maybe at some point but not much.
Yeah.
But we got to replace it. We can't let it all run down to nothing.
No.
And that's we're heading there with those trucks. We ain't there, but we can get there quick.
Yeah.
You know, I was really happy with our fleet, honestly, over that last snow. I mean, it hung in there like really good. I mean, I've run a lot of snow events. Sometimes to have 3 or 4 trucks break down in the first hour is not rare, and we didn't have that. So.
Well, the good news is Trump's in office, and we're going to be deleting all this stuff here for us.
Oh, see.
We can hope.
Yeah.
God bless America.
So is that what we're doing? We're holding off on that truck, move on to bigger and better things
Well,
for now.
I mean, it's here's what I would say. Even if you bought the motor, how long is it going to take to swap it? See, I mean,
How do I know that motor's good? I'm just taking
That's
your
what I
word.
mean.
I don't know.
You got
Been
all
sitting
these
out in the car block
variables.
2 years. I'd say
well,
that it is.
and
But it's no warranty coming.
I know
with
there's
that.
a lot of them motors out there. There's a lot of them motors out there.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Those are, but they're hard to. They're not cheap.
Here's what I'm going to say for tonight's conversation.
Okay.
We can wait and just check in, maybe see if I can see maybe what could be coming up, possibilities.
I know some things coming up. I know that there's going to be 2 2007s or 2008 Kenworths Cummins motors. That's all trucks for It's brand new, but they've been washed and maintained. I mean, if you get one of those for 15,000, do you let the truck that I'm talking about just let it go?
Yeah.
You know, and then try to upgrade to that truck. Yeah, you didn't get a new truck, but you made a pretty good jump.
If you get 5 out of that, then that's just 5 you can put towards the $15,000.
Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking too. You just take it towards that.
My opinion is you look at what you want to do and decide what you want to do. And not worry about that international right now. And let the market decide what you want to do. If you want to put money into that, if you don't want to.
Well, I don't know that solves anything. Because, well, that's kind of what we're doing now. I'm just kind of pushing it down the road. Like that truck might last. I don't know.
But I mean, you could buy.
I've had old trucks I poured oil in for years. I don't know.
I guess what I'm saying
is,
is, I mean, if we decided you was gonna buy a truck, you could buy a truck without selling that first, and you could sell that later after you buy it.
oh yeah, that's not a big deal as far as just sitting around and selling it later. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you there. I think it just all boils down to equipment, line item, whatever needs to be replaced that year, or equipment, or start figuring that stuff out and just bring it to you on a yearly basis saying we need to replace this. I mean, I just think we need to get there. I'm just bringing it back up.
You're saying you can't afford a brand new?
No. Well, I mean, and then again, it goes to, okay, that truck we got's got a stainless steel bed, live bed. That's great, you know, but if all of them salt trucks, so if they don't have a live bed, we got to have a slide in. All our slide ins are pretty rough shape. You know, they're old, they're not stainless, they're rusted. Now we're throwing salt. So we've just amped up the world of what they went on at the county. So those salt beds won't last nearly as long as they used to. I mean, it's just a fact. So yeah, that's just what I'm getting at. I mean, you don't necessarily have to have that truck, but then you're buying a tandem and a new slide-in bed, bed. So do you save a little? I don't know. Maybe we'd have to price that out. I don't know. I'm sure you'd save a little, maybe. Maybe. That's a big maybe. I don't know. I'd have to price that out. By the time you bought them both, now you could always take that bed and put it in another bed, and so on and so forth.
Right.
But, so I got the conversation started, so we'll bring it back to the next round and see where we're at. We'll kind of get a list of the trucks, but those are what I'm looking at. We got a 1991, we got some 1999, 1993. So those trucks are getting out there.
Well, that's what I mean. I mean, I think maybe you probably should be looking at new.
But there's 11 trucks that need to be changed out. So
Well,
that's all I'm getting at. I don't know how you do that.
Well, I'm just saying you start a rotation.
Yeah, I also need an excavator. But those are the other things we're looking at. It's like the other equipment you need. If there's anything like, if you go light on this side and then get
How
the
many hours
excavator.
is 308 got? Or you mean a second excavator?
A second excavator. Yeah. I mean, you picked up the workload and picked up the work, so you're always waiting on the excavator. You're always needing 2 excavators at constant speed.
Yeah.
I mean, we get around it. We can rent. I mean, we can do those things. I mean, but renting takes away from our bottom line as far as actually getting. We rent a piece of equipment that's less asphalt. It's just a fact. It's less asphalt you put in now, which, I mean, that's just part of it. But I guess we was just thinking stretching. What can we stretch out? I guess. Do what?
You gonna trade the grade all in on?
We probably have to pay somebody to take that. So.
I took first and foremost, I want to say thank you for bringing this to us and not just going ahead and doing it.
There you go.
They're not throwing money into it.
Go.
For me, you're the department head, you're the expert. I'm not a road guy. These 2 guys are.
Yeah.
But what I would say is that you know your shop, you know your budget, you know the Ferrari, the Chevy, and then Yamaha type situation. So we're in a need, not a want, for the budget situation. So I trust you. If you come up with options that you know is best for your department and whatnot, bring it to us. And I trust these guys to go out and look what's coming up or whatnot, maybe find out a good deal, but I just want to say thank you very much for all you did and bringing it to us tonight.
I appreciate it. Yeah, we'll just get A, B, and C and bring it in, look at it, see where it's at. Appreciate it.
Thank
Thank you, Kevin. Hey, and thank you for all the work you're doing out there at the.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, thanks.
Ready for the sales now?
Yeah.
I don't like it, but it ain't gonna stay, I don't think.
Yeah.
See you, gentlemen.
See ya.
Good job.
All right. Up next, well, he's not here. We're gonna talk about that.
No, I talked to him yesterday, and I even went out there.
Wait a minute.
Oh, sorry.
Are you gonna talk about it?
I was just gonna talk a little bit about it.
Okay. So up next was Jennings Road.
Yeah, Patrick Swayze.
I'm just doing that for the camera.
Yeah. So no, went out and talked to Kevin the other day. He advised me of what was going on with the complaints, the work order, and then sent me a bunch of pictures and whatnot of what the guys did out there, digging it up, made it look really nice and stable. And then I know Patrick's really pleased with it, and I talked to him, he's good. And as far as I'm concerned, if he didn't tell me otherwise or send me a message, I think it's handled
All right.
for now. And so if not, I told him he has my personal number, he can call me anytime.
Okay.
And he was very appreciative and very respectful.
Sounds good. Glad to hear that. Child abuse prevention window decoration. I mean, I'm all right. Let me ask you guys what you guys think first before I open it. Do you care if she puts it over there, or if it's all right with the city if she put it in that window?
I really don't have an opinion one way or the other. I mean,
I don't either.
Yeah, I'm good with him putting it wherever. And, just,
yeah, it's not a big issue. I don't think.
no.
Long as the only issue would be is if EMS got their feelings hurt that they took down Devon's stuff for a little bit, but as long as it got put back.
Yeah, I'm good with it. I'll make a motion to accept that.
You make a motion, Greg?
Yeah, I'll second.
All right, I'll make it unanimous. All right, Dawson contract.
Okay, in the auditor's office, we use Jeff Dossett to figure our Title 40 returns. This year, we got back $42,187.45. The contract had run $3,500 a year. This year, it is going to go to $5,000 a year if we do it annually, or it'll go to $13,500 if we do a 3-year contract, and that will break it down to $4,500 a year. I mean, I have a good working relationship with Jeff Dossett. I really like working with him. I would recommend doing the 3-year contract myself.
Yeah, it's a savings of, what, $1,500 over 3 years? Mm-hmm. And I called him today just to see what his contract and what it was about. And all the money gets back from child support, and then here, clerk, all that. It seems like he's doing a good job and everything, so.
Yeah, I mean, she's got the proofs that he
Yeah.
has been, so I'd make a motion to approve that.
I second.
I'll make it unanimous.
And there's also not everybody uses him. I think is there,
It's Maximus.
Maximus.
That upstairs
Yeah.
uses.
I guess
child
they do a
support
good
too.
job as well.
Child support? Okay. When I called him, I didn't know what his services were. His website was a little bit older, and then he explained all that to me and how much money he brings back to the county, and so it's definitely a win.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Okay.
That's your regular invoices there.
And then I want to amend the agenda if I can get a motion to. Or,
Yeah, I'll accept.
you're all right with amending the agenda for me?
I'll make a motion to amend this. Second.
Okay. I'll make it unanimous. So, amending the agenda to talk about, and we already have the money set aside for this project, given to us, by the council. So, the purchase of a scale house in the amount of $6,500 for out there at the transfer station. And if you guys are all right with that, then I'm gonna order that.
Yep, I'll accept. Money's already set aside, it's good, it's already spoken for, appropriated, then I'm good.
Okay?
Yeah.
You fine with that?
I'll make a motion to approve
All right, I'll make it
$6,500 for the house.
All right, I'll make it unanimous. All right, so the next thing is a consideration of regular special invoices. Has everybody had a chance to look at them?
Yes, sir.
Anybody have any problem with them?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All right, I'll make that unanimous. Consideration of payroll.
Well, wait a minute, we've got special invoices this time.
Oh, you do have them?
Yeah, we've got 2 of them here, or 2 sheets, what it is, there's more, and some of them are the sheriff's claims, and we had to work through to see what we could take apart on the different invoices that were sent over and pay. So you've got one sheet that's sheriff's claims, and then one sheet that's special claims. We're a little heavier on the special claims because Mandy was out for a week with her mother passing, so.
Greg, you got any comments on that?
I don't. No, I mean, there's a lot of, few locals things on there, so.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if there's something that you don't approve of, we can go line by line.
I mean,
That would be
that's
different.
different.
Yeah.
I mean,
The ones from the sheriff are things that they are in the regular budget, that's not an additional, that was what little bit was left in the different items from the first quarter that was appropriated. The next council meeting, not the next council meeting, I'm sorry, not the March 11th, but the March 18th, the second quarter will be appropriated at that time, or it should be. It's already been advertised for that.
yeah, I don't have a problem with the special invoices.
Could you hand it to Zach? If you don't mind, I'd like Zach to look at it, just
Yes, sir.
with our current situation. I would like to have his opinion.
And I will say what's on the sheriff too were the ones that you reviewed Friday.
Friday, with the council. They looked all.
It was included,
Yeah.
included in those, what could still be paid out there.
And, I'm sorry, did SNL get paid?
They have been paid on the part that was the preventive maintenance, but there is not funding yet. There won't be until the 18th to pay the sheriff's side of it.
Okay.
Which is, how much is that? Is it 20-some thousand?
I think it was 22 total that we owed them, and it was right at 13,000. That was the preventive maintenance, the 265 something invoices. They were able to resend those.
So
that went to
22
the
plus
county.
the 13? Or 22
No.
including the 13?
Including the 13. So
But it is in progress.
it is in progress, yeah, but that had to be advertised.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
it was not
yeah,
there, so
yeah. Just want to make sure.
they got part of their money, but not all of it.
Okay.
I just wanna make sure that this has nothing to do with, this isn't just a special claims.
Yeah, one of them at the top says special claims, and that's from different areas in the county. I actually had one because I had missed the invoice to the Auditors Association.
Okay.
I think we're good on the sheriff, but I just want your opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I just see mainly medical amounts. And then this US Corrections LLC, I'm not exactly sure what that is, but
There's
it
a
looks
water
like
heater
it's
in
all,
there. I think there's a water heater in there too.
like,
wasn't
I mean,
Well, that's for the transfer station.
Curious, that was
That was the transfer station, and
Well, yeah,
then,
on the special claims.
yes,
Not
the
the
special
sheriff.
claims,
On the
and
specials.
then
Yeah, no,
the plumber that
because,
put them in.
like,
Yeah, we want to make sure we approve that and get these people paid.
yeah, I don't know what that is.
Zach, at the top of the page, is it handwritten in special or is it?
And this, there too,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You were asking about that.
I'm
I'm
just
not
practicing.
certain
I'm
what
just
the
saying.
US Corrections is.
like if I
Yeah.
I agree.
If I
There's
just
CIA.
cut out the top 4 lines, everything below that is, medical supplies, Life Springs Health Systems, McKesson Medical Surgical, Walgreens, which looks like a medical.
Yes.
There's one amount that looks like it's a fire safety contract. There's Indiana University Health. But other than that, there's, those 4 at the top for less than, or just over $1,000 total for like supplies and things like that. I mean, these seem like relatively normal, course of conduct
U.S. Correction.
requirements.
Sorry. U.S. Correction LLC is a private company specializing in prisoner transport and extradition.
They may have done something like, I don't know, somebody, I don't know, like a federal system or something.
I think they spoke about that at the Friday's council meeting. Didn't they have someone in a western state that needed to be, and we hired them to bring over, so that's why you're only paying
that would make
one
sense.
way trip, not sending
Okay.
somebody out and bringing them
Alright.
back, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You good? I'll make a motion to approve these.
I'll second.
I'll make it unanimous.
You have to sign them.
Yeah, well, there ain't no place to sign.
Yes, it is. Those lines at the bottom, they just didn't put your names with them.
Oh.
And sign both sheets, please.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, shoot. Can you look at the payroll?
See the folder, I thought maybe we were skipping.
Man, I don't know what's wrong with me today, but I'll have
That
enough
wouldn't
energy
be,
to
that
think.
wouldn't be good.
So we got consideration of payroll. Everybody had a chance to look at payroll.
Yeah, she wants to get it.
Do we wanna hold back pay for our employees for any reason?
I don't
I mean, I don't wanna be strung out.
I'm not
Anybody else?
suggesting that.
Alright. Accept a motion to pass the payroll.
Make a motion to pass the payroll.
I'll make that unanimous.
Yes.
Unanimous. And consideration of minutes. Has everybody had a chance to look at the minutes?
We've got 2 sets here, so. Here's the first set.
Yeah. I would make a motion to pass February 19th and February 28th.
Alright.
I'll second.
I'll make that unanimous.
And I have some cleanup here.
You should, later. You're technically there.
I just need you guys to sign that. That was a board appointment made. Oh,
Council, do you have anything you'd like to?
I can make one and then.
I don't have anything at this time.
Okay. Greg, do you have anything you'd like to add?
I don't. That goes to Adam.
I would say, well, I think that there was some form of a request that was submitted about a redistricting question. So I don't know when that
Well,
is gonna be addressed. My understanding was that there was like a time frame on it. But
Redistricting.
I believe, I'm trying to remember, but I thought you was with us. When Wendy McLean left office, she started that redistricting. I'm pretty sure we redistricted
Yeah, we
then.
did. You just have, and I'm not saying that we are redistricting, let's be, like, that just every year, I think the clerk has to say to the state, we are or we are not going to redistrict, right? So
Okay.
there's a set of things
That's
that she certifies.
not how she explained it to me. She told me we had to every 10 years, and I was telling her,
You can,
we just did this 3 years ago, so 4 years ago.
with Wendy, we did.
Yeah.
Because, if you remember, there was like,
Population and stuff, or?
yeah, and it was like, when you looked at the districts, it like one of them like wrapped
Mine.
around, you know, and it looked like it was, and then it like had like a little part that like went into this, like just up to the city. It didn't look like it was trying to capture the right things.
Yes.
Okay, so we did do that, but that was
3 years
it's
ago.
less than 5 years ago. Because,
Yeah, 3 years.
So,
But I don't see no need to redistrict. Do you?
No, that goes to Adam.
Do you have any reason to redistrict?
I don't see one. Does council get a say in it too, or is it just?
no, it's just the
Just
commissioners.
Yeah, I don't see a reason to.
So, do you need us to bring that to a vote?
No, I just, I mean, I don't think you have to take any action at all, I just don't,
Making us aware.
yeah, I mean, I know that there was something that was sent, like, what are we doing? So if you take no action, we're stuck with what we have. Which I'm not saying that's like stuck, I just mean, we're not doing anything actively.
You got anything else?
Yeah, I've got a few things. What I just slid you there, Randy,
Yes.
was the John Jones invoices. Councilman or President J.R. Ward called John Jones to get the invoices for the sheriff's file, and they denied him that. And so I called, since the titles are in our name, and that's something he was wanting and that we talked about Friday during the joint session. So I was just providing that to you.
So this is what they provided to you?
John Jones did, yes, sir.
They provided to you, but
Yeah.
they would not
Provided to JR.
to JR.
Yes, sir.
So where's the one that's for 28,000?
It's not on there. Like, here's where's the dates? Right there. But I did not see that one on there. And the page is cut off too. So I sent him an email asking to send me,
A detail?
yeah,
Or you could read
and
it?
so just waiting on that. President Ward email Jones and get it, and so just following up on that.
I have a list. I garnered a list today of vehicles for the sheriff's department. 2 lists. One what the sheriff's department's turned in. The other one is what the insurance company says we have. And if you guys, if it's okay, if they hang around just a few minutes after me, I'll get this copy and hand it to them. Is that all right? Or should that something I should do right now while we're
Yeah, let's just copy it right now.
Okay.
Is it all right if I move on?
Yeah.
I've recently got calls about a property in Lexington that's in shambles, some health departments and sewage issues and stuff like that. So I've engaged with IBM, the health department, trying to get all the ordinance that I emailed y'all today about trying to get everything together.
Okay, so I think I just sent you the zoning ordinance though.
Okay, I didn't get a chance to look at your email, so.
Okay,
But, so.
there should be a separate ordinance that the health department has about, like running sewage and stuff.
Yeah. And then, I know we have ordinances about, dwellings and stuff like that, from what I was told from, another member who used to be involved in government.
I think those would all be in the zoning.
Okay.
I mean, I think.
I'll do a control F and search for it.
I know that we considered something very like specific about like new manufactured homes, like new or old manufactured homes being like brought into the county, not pre-existing.
Or campers.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
But I think those are all dealt with in the zoning ordinance, or at least just what you have to do,
Yeah.
right, to have those, right? I don't know if we ever took any action on the idea of did we want to put any restrictions on, like, can you bring, a 50-year-old manufactured home into the county? I think that's my recollection.
Yeah. No, and so I'm just getting everything together now, all the facts from the health department, IBM, and then I'll put it in the narrative and send it to everyone to review, just that way we know what we do next.
And if there's a complaint, something about like specific like sewage or something like that, somebody.
Thank you,
can
Kenley.
help with that.
Yeah, Mr. Bruner is involved.
Okay, good.
Let's see here. I actually talked to Kevin a while ago. I got a call today about Werewolf Lane, roads, cross, freezing rain, the potholes created. I'll talk to you about that offline. I've been invited to a renewable energy summit, kind of like what Randy went to the other day in April, and go to that, and then also go to a retail conference. A lot of businesses be there, see, interested coming to the area, restaurants, grocery stores, stuff like that. So, other than that, I think that's all I got.
Well, and you said nothing? You don't have anything?
No, I'm good. We're going to continue to try to get some bids and pricing for the church. We're going to continue to do that and try to get that project up and going. So.
Patrick contacted me today wanting, can we get in church tomorrow around 10:30? So tomorrow 10:30, I'm gonna let him in the church.
Okay, good deal. And I'll reach out and keep trying to get us, somebody else also get a couple other bids to take and look at it, so.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a small amount.
Zach, quick question. Did we talk about how we're going to do the bonding or the bond for the city hall?
No, if we're gonna talk about doing a bonding question, if that's a proposal for like some of those expected renovations, here's what I'm gonna tell you. you don't want me to advise you on what bonding requirements are and how to do it the right way.
That's a
I
Bo thing,
thought
right?
you was gonna,
That's,
talk
that's,
to
Baker
that's
Tilly.
Bo
Bo
Zeller.
Zeller.
That's right, so.
Did you ever talk to him? That was my question.
Bo is under contract with us, or not like contract, but we have a memorandum, we have a agreement with him on this specific project, essentially, that, if we needed bond counsel at some point, that Frost Brown would, be more than willing to assist with that. Bo does that, so, I guess I misunderstood. I did not know that I needed to contact him and tell him that we want to go ahead and start looking at that.
I thought you said you was going to, so that.
Okay, I apologize. That's my fault. So I will go do that if everybody's, and probably what we should do is maybe ask Bo to come to a meeting.
Yes.
I don't know that Adam's met Bo, and just kind of talk about what your all's ideas are and what you all would, kind of need from them if that's okay.
We probably ought to schedule a, executive session, not executive, workshop. Because we're probably gonna be shooting a lot of different ideas out until we figure out what we're asking.
Okay.
Because we don't know how to
What do you mean
proceed.
by workshop?
Well, I mean, we just need to figure out
I'm
how
fine
we're
with scheduling
going
like a
to
special
proceed.
meeting to do that, but
I guess my problem is, until we have money set aside, we don't know how we're gonna pay a, architect, engineer, whatever, to do any work, to let us know how much money we're talking that we need to bond for.
okay. But I think all these, I get that we're not like very far in the process, and that makes sense, but I think we start the process with, this is what our plan is, Bo, what steps do we need to do and how
He will
best to
walk
go
us
about
through that.
Okay.
Yeah, and we do that. I'm fine with doing it in a special meeting if you want to dedicate like a decent amount of time to it, because it could, trying to get through it in a regular meeting, I get that part of it.
Yeah, that's why I wanted it.
Okay, I will contact Bo and see what his calendar situation is like, and then circulate some dates, and then I'll prepare a notice based on everybody's availability.
Okay.
Okay,
All right, thanks.
so I apologize.
No.
That's my fault.
No. All right then. I'll take a motion to close the,
I'll make a
Meeting?
motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll second.
all right, I'll make that unanimous.